If you're living in the UK or Europe, let eRides provide you with all your PEV needs. What's up, everybody? Sensei here. All right, man, so we're making another video today, and this one's going to be part 2 of just your stance while riding on your EUC. Okay, I made a part 1, this is part 2, and look what I got. I got the Mten3. I don't know if you can see that. I got the Mten3 back, and that's what I'm going to be riding on today. And this is awesome because this was my first unicycle. Those of you that have been following me for a while, you already know that. But this is the first unicycle that I bought. And I learned on it fairly quickly. It had some, mechanical issues. I got that fixed. And after I bought it, people were questioning why when I buy the Mten3, as big as I am, why did I get such a small EUC? And I'll tell you what, I am so happy that I got this. Marty actually recommended that I get the Mten3. And I'll tell any rider right now, whether you're advanced or you want to learn, get yourself an Mten3 because it'll make you a better rider. A lot of the stuff that you can get away with on a bigger unicycle, you can't get away with on a Mten3. This thing will bring out and show you all your mistakes when you ride. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to jump on this thing. I test rode it. I was shaking all over the place and it actually brought a smile to my face because it's like I'm learning how to ride all over again. So this thing will help you correct your mistakes. So anyway, let's just get on this thing. Let's ride around a little bit. I'm gonna ride, I'm gonna talk, and we'll make the best video. We don't have much daylight left, so let's rock and roll. Mounting this thing, I'm telling you, is so much harder than mounting my Tesla. Oh my God, this thing feels so much different than my Tesla. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like I'm learning how to ride all over again. But, the thing what I want to tell you about your stance, you have to find out what works best for you. Everyone is going to ride different. Now, when you're first starting out, one thing that I tell people is find out what your dominant leg is, okay? Find out what your dominant leg is. And I ride in a staggered stance. I mentioned that in the first video. I ride with my, I don't know if y'all can see me, but I ride with my right foot slightly forward, okay? And when you first learn how to ride, I tell people to over-lean, okay? You over-lean. Because when you first get on an EUC, you think you're just going to stand on it and the thing's going to take off. It doesn't do that. You have to apply pressure to the front of the pedal, right? You have to apply pressure. So most people just get on and they stand up and they think it's going to go. So you want to over-lean. I say you want to do the Michael Jackson lean. You want to lean forward, and then as you get more comfortable, you want to dial that lean back, okay? I ride more straight up and down, and the reason why I do that, if you have all your weight on your stance leaning over the front like this, and you hit a bump, you hit that bump, man, you can fly right off the front. So that can be very, very dangerous, okay? And you want to take and just experiment with different stance. You know, like I have a different stance when I'm riding fast, when I'm riding slow, when I want to corner. It's like different things. You just have to find out what works for you, and just practice, practice, practice. But I'm telling you, everybody should get an Mten3. And I have too much air pressure in here, but you know what? I'm just going to ride it anyway because it's going to challenge me. It's important to practice everything slow. Speed should be your last concern. Do not worry about speed, okay? Let me back up here, and I apologize for the wind. Speed should be your last concern. Just be consistent when you ride, because when you're riding slower, you can do more technical things. Speed will come when your technique gets better, okay? So that's, again, get your stance down, practice and work on that technique, and that is where you'll see your skill level just rise. Another thing you can do for your stance is when you mount the EUC, right? You have to figure out, do you want your toes turned to the side? Do you want it hanging over more? Or do you want more of your heel hanging off the back? I'm in a neutral stance. That's what I do. I'm more neutral. So my feet are neutral when I stand. I have about the same amount hanging off the front and the back. Remember now, if you have more hanging off the front, when you go to turn, you can get toe drag. So you got to be very careful of that. And one other thing is, when you start picking up speed, find out what your dominant leg is. Because I stand in a staggered stance, what I do, I let the EUC, I leave my left leg slightly bent, and I let the EUC rest on my calf, okay? I let it rest on my calf. Now you can leave a gap in there so you can, you know, lean more, but this is a good way when you start picking up speed to stop the wobbles. And I'm going to show you guys a little secret what I do. I've been riding like this for a long time and I love it. Hopefully this picks up on screen. You see this? This is a forearm pad. And I take this forearm pad and I put it on and I turn it sideways. So when I stand on my EUC, and I always wear this when I ride my Tesla, it rests up against here. You see that? Because before the Tesla pads were so hard that I was getting bruises right here. Now it doesn't matter. I don't have to use it, but I've grown accustomed to using it because it fills in that gap and it gives me more grip when I'm riding. So this is something that you can do. You can take a forearm pad or a shin pad and turn it sideways so it's facing into the padding of your EUC. always ride with this all the time, knee pads, shin pad. And I do it on both sides. And when you start, think of pushing off like on a skateboard. Push, go. Alright, so we're just buzzing around on the M10 now. I have to make a big shift. The tripod, this isn't my, I'm actually using my tripod like a selfie stick, and it's really, really awkward. But I'm going to try to make this work. Yeah, I'm loving the Mten3. It just makes me, now that I'm more of an advanced rider, it makes me appreciate the M10 even more than when I first got it. Because after I learned, I was like, oh man, I started questioning myself. I was like, did I make the right choice? You know, did I waste my money? Should I have just taken that money and bought a better BUC? And honestly, I think it was the best money that I spent on that Tesla, because this thing will fine-tune your skill. The Mten3 is a wicked little rocket. Call it the wicked rocket. This thing is actually pretty quick. And I just want to position my foot here. Yeah, this thing is nasty. It really is. I love it. It's helping me become a better rider. Just remember, especially if you're new to riding an electric unicycle, take your time. Everything will fall into place. You know, and when you're choosing an EUC, buy what is best for you. You know, you don't have to break the bank to get the top of the line. Buy the best bang for the buck that you can afford, okay? You don't have to impress anybody. The main thing is learn on what you can learn on. You can always upgrade.
working on backwards right now, working on learning how to, I'm about to say roller skate. Man, if I could ride my EDC backwards like I can roller skate backwards, I'd be phenomenal. I can roller skate backwards very well. That'll be a video for another time. But just working on these small, intricate little movements now, it just, wow, just brings a smile to my face. It really, really does, man.